All right, everybody, welcome to the JK Theory. Here we talk about anything and everything. No topic is left untouched, no stone is left unturned. We don't sugarcoat here, we give you the real. And before we get into it, I'm Jay,
Okay.
and this is the JK Theory. So today's topic, we thought we were going to switch it up a little bit and just give our little insights, our opinions, and theories on some rappers that maybe have gotten some shine at one point, but they're really no longer being looked at as far as their hip hop talent, their rapping ability. Some of them are probably doing other things. So we're gonna kind of go back and forth. Me and Kay, we're gonna do an East versus West kind of a thing, but it's all love here. So I think I'm gonna start it off. One of my favorite rappers is Murder Mace, M-A$ Mr. Harlem World. I think Mace is dope. His first album was Harlem World. I loved it. This was back with the Bad Boy Camp. This was back when it was released when Biggie had just passed away, and people were looking at Mace as he was going to carry that torch for Bad Boy, and he did for a little bit. Very lyrical. What's your thoughts? I think I kind of introduced you to Mace's hip hop style.
You did, because I really wasn't paying attention to Mace at all. I thought he was just a slow rapper. Uh well yeah, you played a few of his songs off that album actually. And I gotta say, man, I gotta give him some props because he actually got bars on him. So yeah, big ups to Mace.
He's dope. He's dope. I mean, nowadays he's doing his podcast thing or sports commentary thing, but he'll release some freestyles here and there, which I definitely love. So check him out. If you haven't heard Harlem World, check out the album. It's timeless bars. It's not boring. It's not dated. You're definitely gonna get some, especially the last track. I blame a lot of my life on that very last track of that album. Um, Wow, he definitely dropped some gems. So listen to that track. Let me know what you think in the comments. So I started off with Mace. Who you got? Kind of like a battle thing.
I'm gonna start off with somebody that was in a group but branched out. So I'm starting off with Yuck Mouth.
Mm,
For people that don't know who Yuck Mouth is, he used to be with the group called the Loonies, who did the song I Got Five on it.
yep.
His first album, solo album, was called Thugged Out. It was actually a double album, and it came off Rap a Lot. And so this was right after maybe a year and a half after Pac got killed. And so he was the one man that kind of was holding it down at that moment for the West Coast. And man, that album is amazing. It got so many features on there. It got so many timeless classics on there. And Yuck Mouth lyrics is without a doubt top tier for people that had never heard it.
Yeah, he's dope. You kind of put me onto him.
A
I
little
knew
bit.
who he was because of the Loonies,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't know he branched out and did his own thing. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yes.
So next on my list to buddy buddy with Mace is Cam, Killer Cam, Cameron Giles. Kid is dope. I mean, his he's got lots of great songs, lots of great singles. Old Boy is one of my favorite songs from him. But when it comes down to an album, if you want to sit down and you want to really take in what he offers, it's Come Home With Me. That album is incredible. That album, he's going toe to toe with Jay. And I give it to Cam on that one. On Renegade, I give it to Eminem. And on Come Home With Me, this track with Jay, I give it to Cam. I think Cam bodied him. Um, and now he's doing his sports commentary thing, but he also still he delivers those freestyles. So, which is definitely dope. So, definitely look up Cameron. You ain't gonna be disappointed. He's got bars, he's got freestyles, he's got so much content out there. It'll just make your head spin. It's pretty dope. So, who you got going up against Killer Cam?
That's hard. So that I'm going to have to put a youngster on there. I'm gonna have to go with Simba. Now, for those who have not heard Simba, he has an album. It's called Two Words. Uh, but you can also hear him on 2K NBA. He has a song on there. And I suggest, me personally, I suggest you YouTube his freestyles
Yes.
because his freestyles are bar none. Just he kills every single last one of them. It's not one you can listen to that and be like, damn, this
Yep.
dude's dope.
Especially the LA Leakers freestyles.
Especially the LA Lakers
Oh.
freestyle.
And he's dropping gems.
Yeah.
I mean, I recall something he says he's like, I'd be damned if a woman make me feel bad for not buying her a Birkin. Like, what? It's dope. Simba's dope. Young cat, bright future. I
Yes.
hope that he continues on. Definitely great pick, man. That's a solid pick there. So I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna go with it's a group, so it's kind of cheating, but it's a group.
Okay.
Um, it's LOX, man. It's Chic Luch, it's Styles P, it's Jada Kiss. Individually, they're monsters, but collectively, they're Voltron. They're just like, man, it's just insane. And it's so sad how when they first came out, they were always dope when they came out, right?
Yes.
But
Yes.
then it was almost like they were pigeon-toed. They were held back. Puffy wasn't letting them do their thing, or as you kids now know them as Diddy. Diddy wasn't letting them do their thing and was strong holding them and everything. But they're releasing content. They have their own freestyles out, and even as a collective group, they've got tons of content out there. It's just people don't know. They're always hitting up the radio shows and
Yes.
doing freestyles and stuff like that. Endless amount of mixtapes. So definitely check them out. LOX. I have a favorite. I love Jada from the group, and Jada has said it several times. His favorite is Styles P.
Yes.
So Styles P got them bars. Don't sleep on Sheik. Cause she go hit you with some bars and make you think, and you're like, oh, okay, he came out with that. That's nice. They all have their individual albums as well, but check out "We Are the Streets." That's their first album off Rough Riders,
Hmm.
which was like their breakaway album from Bad Boy. No more shiny suits. They was in the fatigues and they was doing their thing. So check that out. So who do you got against the three monsters? LOX.
But first of all, that's not fair. Secondly, if I had to put somebody against them, I'm gonna go with Game.
Okay.
Gotta go with the Game. Game has been out for a long. People might not know this, but Game has been out for a very long time. Like his first unofficial album was from a guy called BT the Bigger Figure. JT the Bigger Figure. I'm sorry, JT the Bigger
Oh,
Figure.
really? Okay. I
Yeah,
didn't know.
from the he a West Coast underground cat, and he has his own distributing deal and everything like that. So he put out the game's first real album per se, but the documentary
Oh,
from Aftermath / G Unit game is a monster,
you
and
can literally just hit play and just let it go.
that's it.
Right?
Go, just let it go.
Yeah.
Like
There's not many albums you can do that.
no man, that album right there was fire.
It's dope. And don't get me wrong, Game he had his shine. He was up
Oh yeah,
there,
yeah, he was up there.
but it kind of fizzled down. But he was still producing tracks. He was still out there.
His last album was still pretty good. The one where he dissed Eminem on.
Hmm. That long ass track.
Yeah, that long ass diss track. Yeah.
I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, Game's definitely good. That documentary, that's his first album, like Kay said. Definitely take a listen to that. Study that. I mean, it's one of Dr. Dre's finest pieces of work. I
Yes.
mean, it's amazing. Yes, you're gonna hear the rumors that 50 wrote whatever, and that's fine. If you guys think about this, when it comes down to brass tacks, it's a business. Game's not claiming he's the best lyricist in the world. Game's not saying he's the best rapper in the world. But when it comes down to a business, if you have all these composers, all these people that can help, Why the fuck not? Why not produce that ultimate product, right? As long as you ain't claiming you did all this by yourself,
Right. Yes.
Drake. So, um, my next one, I'm gonna go with Fabulous.
Oh.
Fabulous. I mean, the
Yeah.
kid is just incredible. Um, his first album was Ghetto Fabulous, and it definitely leaves an impression on me. I remember uh, school field trip we went to, and the principal wouldn't let us play any provocative or dirty music. And back then they actually had stores where they sold CDs, kids, believe it or not. And I went, and that's the only one I could find that had the clean version to any album. So we bumped that all the way from Chicago to Milwaukee. So it was pretty dope. I love it. But the bars are dope. The collaborations are dope. Anytime I think of Fabulous, I think of Nate Dogg. I miss Nate Dogg
Yeah.
so much,
Yeah.
man. Rest in peace. He was amazing. Guy from the West Coast. Um, but yeah, he's got bars like crazy, man. He's got freestyles out there. He's always producing content. If you haven't checked him out, check him out recently. Like I checked him out recently on YouTube, and he's putting out videos. He's putting out, songs. He still got it. He hasn't slipped one bit. It's a damn shame that he's not mentioned
Yeah.
in the top 10, the top 5. However, I can almost guarantee you he's he's on your favorite rappers top 10 list.
Has to be. Has to be. And you mentioned Fabulous, but you also mentioned Jada Kiss, and they had that collabo mixtape, which is fucking outstanding.
Yes,
Like, check
absolutely.
out their mixtape together because that's without a doubt one of the best mixtapes you gonna find out there, hands
Yeah.
down.
They got tons of content. My favorite mixtape from Fabulous is the Summertime Shootout series. Oh, man, he's got his own mix in there from Lauren Hill. He's got his own mix from the LL Cool J Doing It Wild. I mean, it's just he plays around with it, man, and it just works. It just works. I love it.
Yes.
So who you got going up against my boy Fabulous?
Well, since people like to spell their names and everything, I'm gonna go with the Kurupt, Mr. Corrupt.
Okay, okay.
So for those who don't know Corrupt, maybe some of you youngsters, Corrupt is from the Dog Pound, which is from Snoop's camp, and Corrupt was the lyrical one out the group. He's originally from Philly, but moved to the West Coast. Now he has that West Coast / East Coast sound to him, so it mixed perfectly for him. Um, and his first album was called Corruption, which was okay. But though, if I had to tell people to check out an album from Corrupt, it would be The Streets is a Mother.
Mm,
That album right there, I can play literally from front to back without skipping a song.
nice.
His lyrics, Daz producing it, it's perfect because they chemistry is ridiculous together.
You always hear their names, Daz and Corrupt.
Yes,
Like it's just,
it just goes together.
yep.
And that's actually the that's actually a CD with the DMX disc on there. But
Cool, cool. Yeah, Corrupt is dope. Definitely got lots of content out there. I gotta listen to that album. I want to say I heard it once, but I gotta listen to that album. I was doing extracurricular activities when I was listening to it, so can't remember a lot of it, but yeah. So my next one I got, and this is number 5 on my list, not in any particular order, just the 5th person I put on there, is Lloyd Banks, Hunger for More.
mm,
Hunger for More is his first album. Absolutely love it. Um, he's got skills. He's so talented. I kind of wish his pitch and his voice was a little bit different,
mhm.
maybe a little bit higher, because he says so much that he kind of like blends in with the beat too much. You can't really hear what he's saying. You know what I mean? But he's got some dope bars. He's got another one with some mixtapes, and this was before he ended up getting lazy, right?
Yes.
Um, he's got mixtapes out there. He's all over DJ Clue stuff and Green Lantern and with G Unit. Even the first G Unit album, Lloyd Banks is all over that, which is dope.
Monster.
Um, I'd love to see some more from him. I want to say he dropped an album a couple months ago, but I didn't see any promo for it. I wasn't really looking for it. It's kind of one of those things that, unless it shows up in my feed, I have no idea.
Right.
So definitely check out Hunger for More, the album by Lloyd Banks. Can't go wrong with that. So who you got against Lloyd Banks there?
The only person I can think about going against Lloyd Banks will be my favorite, which is Crooked Eye. Which is
That's a
Crooked Eye.
cheat code right there. That's a
That is
cheat code right there.
itself. Crooked Eye has been killing everything since I was in high school. I remember telling you about Crooked Eye uh,
Yes.
years and years ago. We ain't gonna specify how many, but it's been a while. Having the remix with Ashanti.
Okay, that's the first time I really like paid attention. That's another like thing that stays in my brain there. I remember watching that video. Yeah, that's probably for another thing. But then Crooked Eye comes back and I'm just like, oh, who's this cat? He's in the suit and doing his thing, and his flow is impeccable. The guy's amazing. And then let alone what he's done with Slaughterhouse. Oh my
Yes.
gosh. That's where I became like a super fan. But look at me jumping on your dude. That's you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hey, that's all right. That shows. uh, he was on the death row. He was on the road. Unfortunately, that never panned out, and he's been doing his own thing for a while. And his first official album is called Apex Predator. But I mean, he has mixtapes. He's like you mentioned, he's with Slaughterhouse. Uh, he has his own group, the Horseshoe Gang, which is his people and his brothers on there. Like
Yeah.
he's everywhere, and he does a podcast now. So Crooked Eye, he's definitely undefeated. And his freestyles, check out his freestyles because he used to do one. It's called Hip Hop Weekly. He used to do it every week. He'd come out with a freestyle. The
And
man's
he got his collabo albums with Joel Ortiz, which is
and
another member from Slaughterhouse.
which are dope as well.
Yes. Yes. So we kind of wanted to mention some rappers that, again, you might have heard of. They might have gotten their shine and then kind of like fizzled out,
Yes.
and they're doing other things, or you just haven't heard back from them again. So we kind of wanted to share our thoughts and our opinions. Definitely give these guys a listen to. You can't go wrong. You cannot go.
Nope.
If there's a song from an artist that you want us to hear, let us know. One of the ones that we mentioned, or if there's a certain freestyle or album that you're like, hey, check this out, definitely let us know. We're always down to listen to some good music.
Yes.
And until next time, I'm Jay,
Okay.
and this is the JK Theory. Peace.
Peace.
Fucking Crooked Eye. I'm glad you didn't start with Crooked Eye.
Nah, I'll say the best for last.